One of my biggest fears when performing was walking on stage, taking that bow, looking at my keyboard, and then not knowing where to place my hands in order to start my piece because I've completely forgotten what that starting note was. Now that's just absurd. How many times have I practiced that piece? A lot. And I have no trouble playing it in front of my professor or my friends. I don't doubt what my starting note is in those scenarios. I'm also pretty thorough with my memory. I don't solely rely on muscle memory. But nevertheless, before I went to perform, I had to have the music in front of me. And it wouldn't necessarily be reading it or thinking about the music. I just wouldn't feel safe if I didn't have it open in front of me. And it got to the point, and I'm totally not lying or exaggerating, where as I was going on stage, I'd be holding the music in my hand and looking at it, but not actually reading it, just staring at it. And I wouldn't put it down until my foot had went through the door and onto the stage. On top of all that, in order to keep myself from blanking out during my performance, I would run through the piece in my head in high definition. So I'd be thinking about how my body would move to get the sound I wanted, what sound I actually wanted, and the notes. Now, if you micromanage like that, of course you're going to forget your notes. So when I did forget my notes, I would panic and then look down at my music, feel temporarily reassured, and that cycle would just continue until I went on stage. Long story short, I thought I couldn't keep torturing myself before I performed. It just doesn't make any sense. So the next big performance I had, I decided that I wasn't going to bring my music. That meant that I wouldn't be able to look at my music. And I also promised myself not to psych myself out by running through the piece in my head. And let me tell you, that was the answer to giving me the most horrifying experience I've ever put myself through. And after 3 or 4 times of trying out this new routine, I found myself getting a little bit more confident. And I also found myself becoming more relaxed before I performed. Let me tell you, it feels really great to have faith in yourself. So just like me, you probably know what your biggest fear is. And I want to encourage you to do the complete opposite. If you're the type of person who thinks about the worst that could possibly happen to the performance, or all the negative comments that your friends might give you, try imagining all the good things that can happen with your performance, or all the compliments that you have or will receive from your friends. Just like my experiences, it's going to be really scary at first. But after 3 or 4 times, you'll start to get out of your old habit and into this new, healthier approach to performing. The first few performances might go less than great, or they could just go splendidly. However it turns out, the point is to learn to manage your nerves. If you keep persisting, I promise you, the good performances will start to roll in. You will be a happier performer before you go on stage. So good luck on the juries, on the competitions, or the performances, and thanks for watching! This was my journey on how I learned to manage my performance anxiety. There are some smaller steps along the way, but these were the 3 main points that I wanted to share with you. So I hope that you found them to be helpful. If you like these types of videos, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving some comments down below. If you have a friend that is struggling with performance anxiety, them if you share these types of videos with them. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.